I have the distinct pleasure today of speaking with Pierre-Guy Bareges, the CTO of Digital Service Group. How's it going, Pierre?
Oh, fine, Joel. Thank you. Hello.
Yes. So explain really quick for the viewers at home, what is Digital Service Group? What do you guys do?
So we started in 2016, digital service. We have different services. We offer mainly a small broker that sells cryptocurrency for against credit card, and you can get by wire also. We also have a services called DigiCode that sell voucher against crypto. That is available in France around 10,000 point of sale now, and we try to expand a little bit more at the time of speaking. And we also launched last year a cryptocurrency exchange. That is, I would say, beta actually. We have 100 customers, I think, but and we offer. I think 100 markets against USDT, Ether, Bitcoin. We have listed Dash on the three market, and we expect to also have it against Euro soon. I think in the next few months.
Yeah, there's as I know of, I've always heard complaints of people seeking to acquire Dash in Europe. There's not very many reliable Euro trading pairs, and he's sort of seeking to fix this problem, right?
Yes, we have a lot of demand, in fact, for dashes against Euro. You're right. I think there's not much exchange against for Euro against Dash, and so it's on the top of the list for ZBTEX to list Dash against Euro. We expect to do it, I think, in the next 2 months. We have plenty of things to do. We are about to have a credit card deposit. That's the main, the next milestone. And as we want to move to a full offline coin. Actually, we have a hot wallet and a cold wallet. Now, in the next 2 months, all deposit will be on cold wallet. And once we make this move, after we will start to list to list a lot of coin and Dash included, and that's it.
Yeah, interesting. How did you first? How did you hear about cryptocurrency in general? I'm always interested to find what people's journey is, because people come from all different angles. It's not a very relatively straightforward thing like traditional finance. So, what got you interested in that?
Yeah, the first time I heard about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, it was in 2011, I think. I used to run a hackerspace in Toulouse, that's still ongoing. And people from Austria, I think, came and talked me about Bitcoin, told to me that it will be a thing. And so I had a look barely, to be honest. I was not in finance stuff and such kind of thing. And at the end of 2013, a friend of mine asked me to make a bubble machine, and I had to grab different commodities and such kind of thing, and Bitcoin. And that's the first time I just have a look on it. And after I tried to do all algorithmic trading, I still do actually. And then I dived in crypto properly, and I think in 2015 with the preview of Ethereum, and then Bitcoin. I came back, and after I heard about Dashes by a friend of mine, Alex Werner, which is a developer of Dash Evo, I think, and it's the first person who told me about Dash. And
yeah, Alex is a good friend of ours and of the show. He's been on quite a few times. What was it about Dash that when he told you about it that got your interest specifically?
The first thing is there's not a lot of crypto developer, when you go to meetup. So I'm mostly in code mainly for I'm a nerd, in fact. And so having people that is involved in cryptocurrency and developing for a project, first it rang a bell for me. So we had a lot of discussion. And when we launched the G Code, initially it was only Bitcoin, and 6 months after we decided that we had cryptocurrency. And Alex helped us a lot for deploying Dash. In fact, so we had Dash, and the first batch of when we added other cryptos on Bitcoin, it was the first thing we added, and it was specifically something that tested. It was a lot of for me. It was a lot of easier to test because I can have testnet and such kind of thing, and it worked quite easily. So that's it.
Interesting. Have you done a lot of experimentation or usage of the instant send functionality? And the reasons I ask this is because whenever I've been using different cryptocurrencies, I notice everyone integrated Bitcoin first, and then everything that's Bitcoin based, people just tend to integrate the very basic functionality. And so that's one of the reasons, for example, Monero has had very few integrations, probably, is because it's more involved to integrate. But so it seems like people just integrate Dash, but not the special features that make it so special. So have you dealt a lot with instant send particularly?
Honestly, not yet. I tried on testnet and such kind of thing. The point is, when I integrated, we had some things to fix to make it works. So we keep it. I think like the most of services, we kept the integration close to the same abstraction to Bitcoin. So actually, in some sense, I didn't use much. I will certainly at some point, because but usually moreover I know it's bad, but we use also a strong we use IFI in fact to have fast inclusion in blockchain, but so actually I didn't that much. I see the code, I see the code path, I tried a bit, but not on production actually.
Yeah, interesting. It's one of the things that it's going to be interesting to see what happens when very soon, in fact, in a matter of days, I think all transactions in Dash will be instant send by default, which will be very interesting to see, but also it'll be interesting to see how many services kind of are able to actually take advantage of that right out of the box.
Yep. Yes, definitely. Yes.
Yeah, so what is the cryptocurrency scene like in France? Every time I've been over there, I've had difficulty in finding on a merchant perspective. But for example, there are some larger companies, like for example, isn't Ledger based out of France?
Yes, but Ledger is in France, in Paris, and in Vierzon. Yes.
Yes. So what is the average cryptocurrency climate like in France? Is there a lot of interest with users? Is there a lot of interest with businesses? Is there a lot of awareness? Is it thought of badly, like something that could be illegal, or is it thought of positively, or just not at all?
Actually, from merchant perspective, France is a small country, and all payment processor, in fact, are there's just a few click, in fact, and so it's hard to penetrate. Actually, from a user perspective, there's a lot of people that are aware of crypto. I think most millennials, in fact, we have a lot of people that want to buy. I don't know what they do with. I think it's buy and hold, but from customer, there's a lot of people that want to buy and get access to cryptocurrency in general, and we see some traction on Dash since we launched the services. We have a few redeem. I guess it's a few customers, but they buy quite constantly. But on a merchant perspective, there are all things to do actually. There are many. There are few ATMs, not much. I think France is really not much penetrated for that. Mostly because regulation is quite the bar is quite high, especially in KYC and money laundering. So most of machine don't match, in fact, the constraint in France. So you can it's hard to without exposing you to problem. You cannot just buy an ATM and deploy it like this. You can do it for some time, but you might have some problem with legal stuff.
Of
So,
course.
there's that point. And from merchant perspective, actually, we had some demand, especially from online sites. But from on site, I think there's a lot of education to do still. And but I'm pretty confident in the 2 years or in the years incoming, we will have first awareness, and we will see a lot of deployment, and we will try to contribute on this.
What do you think is the biggest barrier to point of sale merchants starting to accept cryptocurrency? So say there's a cafe or a bakery that you want to be able to spend cryptocurrency at, and right now it's not possible. What's the biggest thing that's preventing them from doing that?
First, education, I think. That's the main point. And maybe it's a burden also for accounting, because it's France is quite tedious on when it comes to accounting stuff. And most of people just want to have the activity, So once they have set up all the payment flow, all the accounting things, they just don't want to matter with that. And moreover, I know, because we do tax declaration, and most of accountants are just swimming actually when we turn to cryptocurrency. The status is not quite defined if it's a currency, if it's not a currency. So there's a lot of uncertainty that I think need to be overcome before we have a mainstream adoption. People are quite conservative in France, so it might take some time, but I'm pretty confident anyways that we will see crypto anywhere in the upcoming years, I think.
Now, what about as a payment rail only, but the merchant converts automatically? So that's one way. There's been a few different ways, for example, in the US, where people deal with this. Some people just accept it and kind of, they count in their own way, which very casually, which, probably not advised. Some people have the owner substitute the cryptocurrency for cash. So he gives the business cash, he buys the cryptocurrency off. So it's like the business accepts cash and he just speculates with his own money. And there are a few that convert services that convert right away. So while they accept cryptocurrency, they never have to actually hold any of that. So especially that last option, do you think that's something that could, if you could explain to businesses, no, you don't have to do any different accounting. This is just a different way of getting cash in your bank account. Do you think that that could help make it easier?
Yeah, I think as long as we can offer a service that just seamless for people, and so from the point they can choose, maybe it can work. Actually, there's no such offer in France. We think about it, but we are on many fronts, so it's complicated to do all things, especially when it comes to financing. But I think with the proper products, I think people will just do it. There's a lot of people that want to hold crypto. It's still a bit complicated for laymen to understand what it is, how I handle it, how I store it, how I transfer. It's still, but there's a lot of progress on user experience, on the wallet and such kind of thing. So that's the reason I think we will reach a point where effectively it will be seamless for people, and from there we will have a lot of penetration.
Yeah, have you heard about the Dash Evolution update? I believe Alex Werder was working a lot on that one about basically doing protocol level usernames and contact lists and other functionality to make it very easy to use across the whole platform.
Yes, he told me about, in fact, but I didn't spend enough time to. Actually, I don't have much time for research, so I'm accumulating backlog, in fact. So I need to. But yes, he told me that there's a lot of improvement and a lot of new stuff like that. Maybe that's typically kind of things, in fact, that will help. Not having a large hashes for as an address, and make the payment seamless, in fact. And in fact, just forget that under the hood there's cryptocurrency, cryptography under the hood. Just have something that works simply. I think that's the milestone that all the community need to reach before we see a big adoption. I mean, beside millennials, beside people that take aware on such kind of thing.
So, what do you personally think? Do you think that cryptocurrency will gain mass adoption and mass kind of presence of mind in people's minds that now they say, oh, this is this new cryptographic money thing, and then they start learning and using it? Or do you think mass adoption will come from people using cryptocurrency without even knowing it?
I would tend to move to the second option because I know people don't want to make much effort, except if you're focused because this is your center of interest. Otherwise, I think they just want something seamless that just work and that they can share with people. From a payment point of view, I think it should be just easy as ABC, in fact. So we start to see some wallets that are seamless. There's a lot of improvement actually on user experience from if you look from the backward, 2 or 3 years ago. There's a lot of improvement for that. So that's a good point. And another thing also is all the probably, but not sure, but is all the finance stuff where you can. Have something like commodities, even tokenization. I'm not super fan, but that's a thing I think. All the thing. In fact, I think we will just cryptography in general and cryptocurrency in particular that will just spread all the economy smoothly. Probably will take longer than all expect, but we will definitely go this way. In fact. But I think it will be seamless at some point, just like you don't know about TCP/IP when you connect to the internet.
Yes, exactly. I've noticed it go in that direction with encryption, where in the early days was using encrypted services and it was very obvious. And then all of a sudden you have apps like Telegram and WhatsApp, which are just very basic communication tools, but are also providing encryption. And even Facebook Messenger had an end-to-end encrypted
Yeah.
option on that, which is it's all. I never expected to see it move to that extent, but it's very fascinating to see.
Yeah, actually, that's if you come back in the 80s, in the 90s, yeah, there were a kind of war of crypto on crypto. You cannot use it. It was considered like firearm, like military equipment. And
Hmm.
then paradigm shifted, and it took some time before it started to be mainstream. Now you won't connect to a site, a banking site without HTTPS, for example. And I think for cryptocurrency and for distributed trust and such kind of thing, we will have the same thing. First, we have all the bad PR that we had about drugs, such kind of thing. It's something for criminal, and people will start to understand and even not understand, but the economy, all the economy will just dive into, and it will be just the norm. And at some point, we won't have anymore anything like a centralized network that handle a fee for you. It's a big database, and they can shut you down if they don't like your business, such kind of thing. All this kind of thing will just vanish at some point. I hope so, and I think it will be the route, but it will be long. I think it will take around at least 10 years, no such kind of thing. But during this time, there's a lot of things that will happen.
Now it's the other side, of course, beyond technology is finance and money. And where I live right now in the United States, people are very, generally speaking, trusting of the dollar. They like the dollar, they use it, they kind of don't see fluctuation. They get scared at cryptocurrencies fluctuations and volatility. And of course, when I grew up in Mexico, I remember the peso crisis in the 90s and reissuing the whole currency and some issues. And there's a lot more in Latin America, for example. There's a lot more willingness to trust different money that's not pegged to a government currency. And what is it like in France? I know when I've been to a few stores that still price things in the franc as well as euros. And so like I saw them like showing this, for I guess for the older people who don't know how to price things in euros, is what's the attitude towards money and especially new and different money that's not sanctioned by the government necessarily.
People in France have a specific, particular relation when it comes to money. It's supposed to be a bad thing. In fact, you don't like money in France. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much the same situation than in US because you don't. France, like most of Eastern, Western European country, don't have been hit by inflation. And so we see price rise, but it's kind of normal. Yes, things are more expensive like than in 5 or 10 years, but you don't see something like in Venezuela where the price multiplied by 10 in 10 days or such kind of thing. So as long as you didn't, I think you didn't experience it, such kind of thing, you trust the money you use, especially because it's liquid, and that's pretty much the main functionality of money. It's a mean of exchange, and so when you turn to cryptocurrency, actually, the most see it as an asset. Actually, not maybe things will change, but most people see crypto as asset. So you buy it and you hold it and you see it probably as a speculative. Lot of millennials believe more in cryptos than in stock. For example, they see it as something that you buy for your future. So it's a different. Maybe when you go to countries where the money is more volatile, I think in Africa, such kind of thing also, it's different because you experienced the inflation and the fact that your main money is not trustworthy, and you have so you price your thing in dollars when it's turned or other money. So that I think it's a point the difference, for example, between Mexico and France and such kind of thing. So,
Oh, very interesting. Well, this has been a very educational talk. Thanks for sharing your time. Where would you send people to find more about what you do?
I you can connect to Digicode. I think if you especially for in France, we sell also a bit online. And I encourage you also to join to Zebitex, ZEBETX .com, which is the exchange, and that's it. And if we have a pretty responsive support, so if you have any question, usually you have always people that in 1 hour will answer you.
All right. Well, thanks very much. It's been great chat, and I hope you have a great rest of the day or evening.
Thank you, Joel.